I want to thank you all for being here today. My name is State Representative Carl Seal. What we're going to talk about today, and what you're going to hear about, is some good news on the aspects of what we can do in the budget to not only balance our budget, but more importantly, balance it in a way that takes care of the true needs of the citizenry of Arizona. I'm going to show to you today a set of ASU students, not only in the business school, but in the engineering school, that have adapted a technology from Rolls-Royce and this technology significantly reduces fraud, waste, and abuse so that we can balance our budget, but do it in a way, too, that is efficient. I'm going to commend them for their work because it's really, really encouraging in light of the current budget situation we're in, that in our own backyard, ASU has developed and modified a technology that may single-handedly save the state's financial books. You're also going to hear from ALARIS itself, which is the company that was formed out of that work. And they're going to go into detail on exactly the technology I'm talking about and the background of what kind of fraud is really happening according to the FBI and groups like Reuters. They're going to show how their technology will significantly reduce the three classic types of fraud you'll hear about. And then we're going to wrap it up with, I call it the human element, to show that the real people that are impacted by the budget cuts that we're dealing with right now in access. And you're going to hear from three of them. A parent that has a child that has had several critical surgeries, and thanks to access is here today. You're going to hear from a gentleman that has personal experience with hemophilia and the dollar expense. That is, for every dollar of prevention, what kind of result that means in terms of care and avoiding major expense later. And then you'll also hear from Victoria and her children that are little children that are hemophiliac patients today, and that the cuts that are in front of us would not only impact them, but would impact countless thousands of children. And then, of course, I'll urge you to contact the governor. And since I've mentioned that, I'm going to go ahead and give you the governor's number now in case in the middle of this you want to contact them. The governor's office is 1-800-253-0883, or the direct line 602-542-4331. Reason why I ask you to do that is we are in the throes of the budget as we speak. And in the next 24 to 48 hours, these types of issues will be resolved. And God willing, with the work that we're doing here today and the impact that you can make by contacting the governor's office, will ensure that the right kinds of efficiencies happen so that the true needs of true medical care are met. So with that, I'd like to bring up the two people from the ASU, one of the ASU engineers, Gaurav Sharma, which is one of the engineers involved in the application of this technology from from Rolls-Royce, and Jeremy Kellstrom, which is one of the MBA candidates who were instrumental. When you put those two together, the business community and the science community and the engineering community, they adapted the technology that you're going to see that just created what we have here today. So I'd like to still bring them up and publicly commend them for their work. So thank you. With that, I'd like to hand the podium over to ALARIS's Vice President and let Mr. Williams explain to you what ALARIS is, how it works, and the positive impact it'll make. So with that, Mr. Williams.
Thank you. Actually, I'll introduce the founder and CEO of ALARIS, who will give us sort of a broader introduction to the nature of the company, its association, involvement with ASU, its ongoing connection with ASU. And I'll come back in a few minutes and discuss the actual nature of healthcare fraud. I have an executive level healthcare background, so I'm probably better able to speak at that, and certainly Jeremy is best equipped to talk about the information of this company and its involvement with ASU. So Jeremy.
Thank you. First, I wanted to start off by thanking Representative Seal for his recognition of our efforts in a collaboration with ASU and Rolls-Royce to refine this incredible technology really to what we believe to be the benefit of the Arizona Medicaid program, and really has value for the national healthcare system. Today I want to just briefly talk to you about the history of our organization and also the history of our technology. I wanted to talk a bit more in detail about our affiliation and partnership with Arizona State University and how they've been instrumental in this effort. And finally, I'd like to talk a bit about the specific benefits of this technology as it relates to the healthcare system and how we really see it benefiting healthcare fraud reduction and also having specific clinical benefits that we'll discuss. ALARIS is a partnership between Arizona State University and Rolls-Royce, also co-owned by those two organizations. And the organization came together to commercialize and refine an incredible technology. It's a signature authentication technology that was originally developed by Rolls-Royce. And the technology is called Sign Here, spelled H-E-A-R. The reason for that spelling is it's actually based on the acoustics of a written signature. And quite interestingly, Rolls-Royce discovered that the way we all sign our name, each one of us has a specific acoustic pattern that results from our written signature. And it doesn't matter if you're signing on a pad of paper or an electronic signature pad, how we sign our name ultimately influences a very unique, specific acoustic pattern. What Rolls-Royce discovered is that the way we sign our name, from how we actually hold the pen to the pressure and speed that we use, the acceleration, even the small twitch muscles in our hands, all of those factors ultimately influence the acoustic pattern and makes it absolutely unique to each and every individual, therefore cannot be forged. So even if somebody could mimic the exact image of my signature, they would have an incredibly difficult time mimicking the acoustics. So the unique thing about that is we can use that specifically for identity verification. To speak specifically about the robustness of this technology, the technology was actually derived from a technology used by Rolls-Royce that tests jet engine turbine blade structural soundness. They use acoustics to measure the blades for crack propagation and whether it will fail in the air. So it goes without saying that the level of stringency that was involved with verifying that this technology works for turbine blades also translates to the signature analysis. So Sign Here has an incredibly high degree of security and robustness. When Rolls-Royce decided to partner with a university here in the U.S. to further adapt this technology for the marketplace, it had several options, from MIT to Stanford. They ultimately settled with Arizona State University for several reasons. ASU, under the leadership of Michael Crow, has significant disciplines across multiple schools, from engineering, business, and Rolls-Royce really tied into those disciplines and recognized that a multidisciplinary approach was necessary to really make this technology effective. Additionally, the SkySong initiative, of which we're benefiting from here this morning, was another major attraction for Rolls-Royce. SkySong has been very effective at bringing in international firms to further innovation. How I specifically was involved, at the time this formation was coming together, I was finishing up a graduate degree at the School of Business here at ASU, and was fortunate enough to be hand-selected to head up the business side of this organization. ASU has been incredibly instrumental to benefiting this organization. Specifically, this provided us with access to student talent. A great example of that is Gaurav Sharma, who was introduced to you earlier. At the time, he was finishing his master's degree in engineering and has really been instrumental in refining this technology. And I'm now happy to say he's fully engaged with the firm and is one of the lead engineers on the project. Additionally, ASU has provided us great access to professors at multiple schools, from the School of Law to the School of Engineering, School of